Welcome back to the channel. My name is Milkshake Matty and here we talk about everything crypto. Today we're going to be talking about XRP. We're going to talk about the great news that happened yesterday to do with the SEC legal case. We're also going to be talking about the first ever US official futures that's been licensed. That goes live tomorrow, which is big news. And we're also going to be talking about the price impact on XRP from the legal case, what people's expectations were and why I think we're doing really, really well. But let's get into it. If you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. It'll mean everything to me. I appreciate everybody, every single one of you that does hit that subscribe button. It's going to help me grow. This is a brand new platform for me to use. I think we're now 4.5 weeks in and we've got nearly 1,500 of you that have subscribed and I appreciate it. Thank you guys. On TikTok, which is where the majority of my audience get to watch me, I get about 10 million views a month. But YouTube is where I'm going to do extended videos where I can do much more talking and explaining because TikTok's only really good for the short videos. So hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well because it doesn't cost you anything to hit that like button and the algorithm likes it. Before I open up the trading charts and before we start looking at where we're at and where I think we're possibly heading in timescales, let me know in the comments. Where do you think we're going to be price-wise for XRP come the end of March and also where you think we're going to be come the end of April? Let me know in the comments what you think it's going to be because I'm interested and I'll tell you why is because it gives me a good insight of where people's mindsets are at. So I'll be interested to learn from where you're at personally. It's all right me knowing what I know or learning what I learn. I'm also interested to see where you're at. So let me know in the comments. Yesterday was good. Yesterday was really good. We had good old Brad giving his fantastically, perfectly manicured and edited video talking about the legal case of the SEC being dropped. And it was beautiful and I enjoyed it. It was great. I just loved watching it. I'm going to be honest. I'm not the kind of guy that gets like overly excited about news release, but this one was exciting is the wrong word. It was satisfying because there were so many people, especially some of the Bitcoin maxes, that have been saying that this day was impossible. And we all kind of knew, didn't we? We knew that it wasn't going to be impossible. So it was just a satisfying moment. And I took great pleasure on TikTok, creating some hype videos, getting everybody excited. And it also flushed out all the haters as well. But you know what? Life's about balance. You can't have the love without the hate. So it is what it is. They did highlight though in the comments of my social medias the confusion and what it actually meant because some people were saying that the appeal is over but is the whole case over? Yeah, the whole case is over. It's all good. I mean, obviously Ripple still have their side if they wanted to do anything legally, but they're not going to. It's all going to be dropped. It's all done and dusted. It's over. We can move on. We can go past it. But there is one company that has moved on and moved past it incredibly quickly. And that is Bitunix. So here we are. We are here on X. I'm old school. I like to call it Twitter still. I can't let it go. But Bitunix, they have put out a press release and they're saying Bitunix is launching the first ever CFT regulated XRP futures in the US. Physically settled for real market impact, plus we voluntarily dismissed our case, as in the Bitunix case, with the SEC as a regulatory clarity improves. That is great news. And I'll tell you why it's great news. Is because no matter which way you look at it, there are people waiting in the wings for this regulatory clarity to be done so that they can do things with XRP. Things are in place. Big businesses like these guys are just ready to pull the trigger. This will be the first of many. And it's all bullish. Every single one of these that drop, and I think there's going to be so many of them dropping in a row that people that do what I do here on social medias are probably not going to make videos like this on every single one because there'll just be too many to talk about. I think we'll probably, once we've done about 10, getting excited, I think it will just become the norm. And that's going to be really positive for all of us because when that becomes the norm, we're flying. Now, the first one to be regulated on the futures is a milestone. It is a real milestone because it now opens the floodgates for all the others to follow suit. And again, it's another tick in the box to where we need XRP to be heading. If we look at the trading charts for XRP right now, we are currently sat at 240. To lean forward for this, 248, which is absolutely fine. I mean, yesterday we at one point was at 225, so I think that's absolutely fine. I think it's interesting that so these blue lines have been on my charts for quite a while. This here at the 248 is actually a resistance line that I want us to go above, and we did. If we can hold this today, the next milestone we need to be looking at is the 260. Now, if we plow through that 260, the next one I'm looking at is the 293. So today's going to be an interesting day. Let's see what happens. I know that there are a lot of people expecting a much bigger increase on the price when the news of the case dropping was going to happen. I made a video 3 days ago saying that I didn't think the price was suddenly going to have a massive surge. And the reason for that being is because we are smack bang in the middle of fear or extreme fear when it comes to the market. And if this kind of news dropped when we were in extreme greed, then I do believe that we would have seen a huge jump in price because people would have been much more forthcoming with spending their money. But at the moment, people are still nervous when it comes to investing. It's not just crypto, it's stocks as well. It's across the whole investment world. If we look at the market as a whole right now, we are seeing a complete mixed bag. There is reds, there's greens, there's some pretty decent sized reds, and there's also some pretty decent sized greens. This just shows you that things are all jumbled up at the moment. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens now over the next few days. There is at 7 p.m. UK time, forgive me, I don't know what time that is in different times of the world. I haven't written it down, so I can't give you that now. But 7 p.m. UK time, there is Brad Garlinghouse, CEO of Ripple, President Trump, and a few others of the big boys that are going to be doing a live, I believe, statement from New York about crypto. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens. The timing of this is not lost on me, that it's exactly 24 hours after the SEC case is binned. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens. I'm not for any moment suggesting something amazing is going to happen, but let's find out because you just never know. So I'm certainly going to try and make sure that I'm available to be able to watch that to see what happens. I'm quite excited about XRP now. Hopefully you are too. And for those of you that have been in it for a long time like I have, or you've been getting your XRP at significantly cheaper rates than we are now, then we're sitting really pretty because I don't see us dropping... Do you know what? I'm not going to put a figure on it because you guys will hold a gun to my head otherwise. But yeah, I'm not going to put a figure on it. But I don't see us dropping significantly now. I think we've got a much higher chance of us doubling from here than we have of halving the price. I'll say that. And I think that everybody that has stuck with it are going to reap the benefits. I think it's not going to be long now until people feel that XRP is too expensive to get into. And I think that right now is probably not a bad time to be adding to your position. I personally added to my position yesterday. I mean, the first time I bought XRP, it was 30 cents or thereabouts. And I've added along the way. That's been my plan with XRP because I believe in the project and I think it's a really interesting project, what's going to happen. But let me know in the comments what you'll be doing. Did you buy one bag and held? Have you been adding along the way? What's your plan? Because there's no right and wrong. Just because I do what I do doesn't mean you have to do what I say. And it's vice versa. But I'm always interested to see what people's plans are. Personally, I will be using the Fear and Greed Index to indicate to me on one of the indications of when is a potentially good time and bad time to buy. And I'll also be looking at other things to do with XRP of where we're at and how many ticks in the boxes have we got for these items that we're all waiting for. We're now looking, I should imagine, for the first US bank to officially come out and say it's game on. We know they've signed up in the background, but that's a big difference to them saying physically to their customers, XRP is the future for us. So yeah, let me know in the comments how you're feeling about XRP. I'm feeling incredibly excited. Hopefully you are too. If you are new here, hit that subscribe button. It'll mean everything to me. I'm bringing you crypto content every single day, both here on YouTube and also on TikTok. There's links in my bio to my TikTok. And the reason I suggest you use the link is because there's over 450 fake accounts of me on TikTok. I'm actually, in the moment, starting a project on TikTok to try and combat the scammers. I'm actually looking for anybody that is involved with any kind of national media so that we can run a story about what's going on social media, and TikTok in particular, to do with scammers, because it is really sad and people are getting robbed on a daily basis. But so yeah, if you are either a journalist or you know somebody from the national media that'd be interested on running a story, then get in touch, because I'd be interested to talk, because I've got a plan for attack of these scammers. I'll see you at the next one, guys.